Okay, back for some more Ravnica Allegiance draft. So what do we have here? I'm not sure that Font of Agonies is good in Limited at the very least. I do think that Skatewing Spy has the potential of being quite good, although I had underestimated potentially how much it needed to be in maybe just a Simic deck. I guess it could go fine in like a Teamer deck as well. But, yeah, things need to be able to naturally get counters on them, I think, for this card to be good. Gyre Engineer I do also think is pretty good. I was kind of happy with Smelt Ward, but I think I'm more happy with these. And then in the commons, there's kind of nothing. So I think we're looking at one of these two. And I think I'll just take the mono-colored card, even though it's a little bit less mono-colored than it might appear. So we have Tithe Taker, which I think is fine even in Limited, I would say. I haven't played with or against it, but I mean, just an Afterlife 1 Piker seems okay. Combine Guild Mage I don't think looks incredible. 2 seems an awful lot to move 1 counter. Because like with something like this that has Adapt 2, like you'd have to activate it twice over 2 turns just to move them both off. And then the top ability seems maybe too expensive? I don't know. I haven't played with it or against this either, so I might give it a shot just to see what I think. I think Swirling Torrent looks okay. It is a 6-drop, so I think I'd rather take the cheaper one, and I guess that's kind of where I would be. So we'll see what I think of the Combine Guild Mage. I think the first ability definitely seems too expensive and light constructed. Maybe curves are just loose enough and limited that paying 2 extra isn't that bad. So here we have Aeromonculus, which I think is probably going to be the pick. Yeah, I would say that's the pick. I think Aeromonculus is a pretty great card. So far this seems to be a reasonable start to a Simic deck. Okay. I don't think that we're interested necessarily in either of these 2 cards just based on color. Let's see what else is here, though. We have, I guess, Gateway Plaza is reasonable. Rinthorn might actually be reasonable as well. I think that 5 for a 4/4 Riot is fine, and it is a way that a creature can naturally come in with counters on it. I guess by that argument, Scuttlegator I actually kind of like, but I think you only need 1, and I bet we can pick one up. I don't really know how to feel about Stony Strength. I originally thought that it was kind of bad, but it is a permanent counter, and it does work with counter synergies. Of course, it's not like I have a ton of counter synergies necessarily right now, just this, but I think that I'll take the Rinthorn. It's definitely not the best card here. I'm not really sure how to feel about Syndicate Guild Mage either. I'm not sure that it is amazing. So I'm not actually sure what the right pick there was, to be honest. I have liked Quench when I've played it. I think Volley is a fine sideboard card. I would probably like 1 Scuttlegator. I think Thought Collapse is fine, but here I think we probably just want to take the Guild Gate to leave ourselves a little bit more flexible going forward. For things possibly like Law Mage's Binding. So I could just play Slimebind, which is similar and doesn't require the potential of a white splash. But Law Mage's Binding is certainly better. I think I'll option it. I don't think missing out on a Slimebind is going to break my day. So optioning the higher power card seems fine. Okay, so here we have, gosh, kind of nothing. I mean, I guess we're going to be taking Axebane, just because there isn't really a lot going on. I guess we could take something like Groll Locket if we wanted to splash red off a Locket. I don't think I want Persistent Petitioners. I mean, I guess it's just the Axebane. I mean, I guess a 3/4 is fine. And it's not like there was a ton of great stuff in the pack that I'm like missing out on. It is kind of cute though. It's like a little, well, it's not a little anything. It's like a big pangolin, I guess. So here I guess we are in the market for potentially... Okay, so black can't mix with Simic at all in this set. So we're looking at, I guess, Rebel Slinger Thought Collapse. I think Thought Collapse is probably better. I think Thought Collapse is a fine spell. So here the best card is maybe... I'm not even sure. Maybe Active Treason for a deck that can do sack? It's not a lot that's great, so I guess I don't need to feel too bad about missing out here either. I guess I could take like a red card. Like, I think this is better than Coral Commander. Or Commando. And I don't think I need like a Clear the Mind. So maybe if I end up swinging more into a Teamer style deck, maybe that starts to make sense. So here we could take... I guess the Azorius Locket, in case I do end up being interested in the White Splash. And here, I'm actually happy to get Quench. And there's the Scuttle Gator that I was pretty sure I could pick up. Okay, I think this pack went alright. I do kind of expect that a Simic deck is probably going to be a bit more tap-out style. So I'm not sure that the counter spells are going to have a great place, but we can see. What are the odds that I want 2 counters in the 3-drop slot? Probably low. In the right matchup, though, I guess it would be fine. I think it would be difficult for me to end up wanting a red 2-drop, though. Even with a fine ability on it. Okay. What do I want to open that's an uncommon or lower? Probably... Well, what do I think about Dovin Grand Arbiter? It's not an uncommon or lower, but... So I've already kind of optioned the White Splash. Dovin does reward having a decent number of creatures, which the Simic deck is going to probably be able to pull off. So if we're not looking at this, although I'm looking pretty strongly at this, I do think that Terramander seems like a cool card, but it's probably not necessarily a Simic card. Just because it seems like maybe this fits more in a... like an Azorius deck. I don't think I want a second Skatewing anyway. I do like Applied Biomancy. And then we kind of run out. So yeah, I think that we'll take Dovin and expect, I guess this should go here, that maybe we will be doing the White Splash. So we want to pick up some stuff to support that. Sphinx of New Prov is a powerful spell. The question, of course, is it powerful enough to warrant a double white? I'm not sure it is, but let's see what else is going on here. We could also take Night Arbiter or Mammoth Spider in the 5-drop slots to be a little bit less committal. We could also just take the Guildgate. Maybe the Guildgate's just the right answer here. I don't think I'm able to swing double white, right? I would have to abandon green as a main color, probably. Yeah, let's just take the Guildgate. I think that's the safe, disciplined pick here. Of course, now we kind of get... I mean, what is even here? Not much. I guess we could say that maybe Sentinel's Mark is reasonable, like as a reasonable trick. If we were more base white, I would think Concordia Pegasus is good, but I'm not sure if we're going that direction. So maybe it's just Mark, because it doesn't really matter if you play off curve. I guess Rally is also potentially interesting, but I'd probably like Mark more. So I guess we can get this in here. Getting a little bit worried though. Okay, so here we have a bunch of red cards. Like, I would say that Frenzied Arnix. Arynx, there we go. Is maybe like the best card in the pack. But I think that Temur is looking very unlikely at this point. So that leaves us with something like Prying Eyes or Slimebind. Because I don't think any of these white cards are worth a splash. Between those, I would say probably Slimebind is maybe better just because it's cheaper. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so Benthic Biomancer I think looks really good. So I'm almost certainly going to be taking that, but I wouldn't mind the Guildgate. I don't think I need another Quench right now. So yeah, it'll probably be the Guildgate, but I think Biomancer is just a good card. I have liked Admonition. I wouldn't mind a Shimmer or a Prying Eyes either, but I think Admonition is probably better. So this is almost certainly going to be Cynic Courier. I am still seeing a ton of red, but I think the ship has sailed on that, so it's more a question of was I supposed to be in red. So here I could take another Slimebind. I would have rather had one Prying Eyes and one Slimebind versus two, but that's how that goes. Gosh, we've seen like 8 million Orzhov Guildgates. I guess we're taking the Commando here. It's a shame that the Orzhov Guildgates can't help us, really. We might be playing this Locket. I don't know that you splash Zeal. But I am at 17 playables. It's not like this is terrible. I think we need some more cheap creatures in this slot, I guess, to support Dovin. Things like, I mean, even maybe 3-drops. Like another Aeromonculus would be pretty cool. The Sauropod, the 2-drop Adapt would be pretty good. What else goes in this slot that's decent? At this point, I'm almost wondering if I was actually just supposed to move into something more straight Azurius. I don't think I want another Axebane. I think the Night Arbiter is probably better. So I'm not playing these. 2 lands for fixing is also a bit low. Let's see, right now my white is here, 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 and I could play this Locket. I wonder what the correct answer is on main deck Thought Collapses. Well, Rally comes back if I want it. I don't really have good ETBs to reset, right? No, I really don't, actually. So I guess we'll take Rally. I'm not sure what I guess it's over here, but I'm not sure what to think about it. See, we're just getting all of this white. Let's just examine what it would look like if I cut down on green. It probably just means cut the Axebane and the Rinthorn, and the rest is maybe alright. Maybe I got stuck on the green too long. Well, I mean, this is Rebel Slinger. This 3-drop is a bit impacted at the moment. We really need some 2s. Or at least better 3s. I would say both of these are pretty mediocre. Shimmer or Mammoth? I guess since we're already considering that maybe the green's going to get downplayed, we'll take the Shimmer. So I do have a little set of white creatures over here that I could end up using. So let's see what we got. We've got Mesmerizing Benthed, which I think is, I guess, okay, but not amazing. We have Incubation Incongruity, which I don't think is amazing. We have Aeromonculus, Titanic Brawl, and Skitter Eel, all of which I would really like. I don't think it's Incubation Incongruity. And if it's one of the commons, it's probably the Aeromonculus, even as much as I might want the Titanic Brawl. So it's really just a question of, is the Benthed better? The answer is probably yes, even though I don't think it's like incredible. It's probably good enough. So here we could take... I mean, Wall of Lost Thoughts isn't really what this deck wants to be doing, I don't think, so we could just take the Guildgate. We could also maybe make a harder swerve into white and take the Stalwart. But I think we'll just take the Guildgate. Collision Colossus is fine. Stony Strength is fine, I guess. Growth Spiral is not bad either. That's kind of what we're looking at. So I guess we're looking at one of these. One's a trick, one's a draw. The counter right now can go on here to loot. It can go on something to give flying with Skatewing. You can remove the defender from this. I mean, it's okay. I don't think it's incredible. I think the Growth Spiral is probably more exciting if I knew that I wasn't going to like take a hard turn into white, and I don't think I am at this point. I don't know that I even can. So I guess I'll go ahead and... I guess they're both green, so... I guess that wasn't really a consideration. So let's see. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Doesn't really seem like a limited card. So here we could just take Applied Biomancy. Although my creature count is low. But if I was taking a creature, I'm taking what? Axebane? It doesn't seem exciting. So I guess we take Biomancy. Here I guess we could take... I mean, it's not a ton of creatures in here that are awesome. So we could take... Torrent, I do think, looks pretty decent. I don't think I need the Guildgate. I already have 3. 3's probably okay. I mean, like, I wouldn't mind a 4th for sure. I don't think I need another 5. I don't think I need a Quench. So I think I take, like, the powerful 6-drop. Cynic Griffin is exactly the type of card I want here. I wouldn't have minded even, like, the Brush Strider, but I think the Cynic Griffin's great. I do still kind of want stuff here. I mean, I guess Persistent Petitioners is a card that goes in that slot, but I feel like I'd rather just take like a Sphinx's Insight or something. I guess I could see an argument for Mammoth Spider as well, but it's an expensive creature. You know, how's my card draw right now? I mean, not great, honestly. Just Growth Spiral and filtering with Benthed. I think it's Mammoth or Insight. I guess I'll take Mammoth Spider. Gateway Sneak. Fairy Duelist is even better for me, actually. Fairy Duelist is a 2-drop evasive creature. And then I'm actually not at all upset to pick up Skitter Eel. I guess I can take the wall. There are certainly maybe matchups where it's reasonable. I don't know that I want to start it. We'll see how things work out. So I'm at 28. And I'm now up to 16 creatures, and I'm only playing like 2 bad ones right now. I guess Axebane's not amazing, but I wouldn't call it bad. I think I might actually want the Locket, because skipping from 3 to 5 seems decently valuable, and it'll help with the fixing. So if we play... I guess we can take another Night Arbiter, but I probably don't play 2. I might not even play... Cutting from here is a possibility for sure. Well, here's another Axebane if I want it. I don't think I do, but here's another Quench from the board if I want. I probably don't need both Slime Binds since I do have the Law Mage's Binding. Oh, I get my choice. Probably actually the Insight. I might even play the Insight. I don't think I need 3 Quenches. So 17 creatures. I can probably cut like 1 of my creatures. Although all of this over here kind of makes me want to cut even more. Okay, so what do we not need? Slimebind, Shimmer. My ability to draw cards is a bit low. Growth Spiral and Shimmer Cantrip. This is like my only real way to get card advantage. Like directly. Things like Applied Biomancy can 2 for 1. I don't know that I play the Mark, I guess. Maybe that's just not worth the splash. So right now my splashes are what? Law Mage's Binding, Dovin, Insight, and Night Arbiter. I mean, that doesn't seem unreasonable. I'm not, like, offhand upset about any of that. Maybe I don't want to play both Axebanes. Yeah, okay. And then I need to cut an additional... Gosh. I do have to cut a lot still. A whole nother 4, huh? This deck probably does want to tap out, so maybe the Quench isn't great unless I'm in a situation where I really do want it. So I could cut like the Quench and maybe the Shimmer. This can ramp, so I think that definitely wants to stay in. At that point, this is pretty stripped down. I still have to cut 2? Really? Well, we're going to go down in creatures then, because I don't think the next cut can come from here. It's probably one of these 5-drops. Maybe it's the Night Arbiter. I guess the Night Arbiter works pretty well with Dovin. It probably is, though. So, like, we cut that. And then at this point, I only have 3 splash cards, and I have only one free source. Maybe I don't play the Locket at this point, since I even cut a 5. So I could, like, I guess it is a way to get... I didn't count that as a card draw source. Could I play 16 lands in the Locket, or is that too greedy? That feels possibly too greedy. I kind of feel like maybe this is correct. And then we need to play... Or I could cut the bring the Locket back and cut the Insight. Like, maybe this is just a better way to get card draw. So now I have 1 fewer splash cards. Now I only have 2 splash cards, so I probably only need something like 4 white sources or something. So this is like 1, 2, because then this counts as a white source itself. So instead of being a thing that takes white and gives me card draw, it's a thing that gives white and gives me card draw. I can buy that argument, I think. We play all 3 Guild Gates. And then we're going to play... No mountains. Oh, for this. So white sources, I think we want at least 2 planes. A third wouldn't be terrible. Like 5 is probably ideal. Let's see what we're like at the other ones though. So we have 3 blue sources. So that gives me 11. I don't need 11 blue sources. Let's see. Early plays are going to be mostly blue, I guess. A little bit. They're pretty evenly split, but I guess this blue 1-drop pushes it up. So maybe we cut 1 here. And then green, right now, I have only 6, so I think this should be 7. So now this is what? Counting the locket, this is still 11 blue sources, but I'm not sure that I want to count the locket for blue. So that's like 10, 4, 7? Ten, 4, 7, huh? I have a feeling it probably is supposed to be something more like this. 984. 984 looks like it's probably correct. Okay, so let's try this. I think this deck seems okay. Oh wait, I didn't save? I guess I could have just saved right there, huh? I'm not sure if I actually played a locket yet. So yeah, another Guild Gate would have been nice. 3 might be a little bit low. Yeah. This isn't great, but I have 4 lands in all my colors, so I think that passes the test. I also have some ways to stall a bit, including a way to draw a card while I stall. My opponent has mull 2/6, kept, and topped. Okay. So Guild Gate go. Okay, don't really need lands. Huh. I was just going to play the locket, but now I think I'm just going to play... Well, they could have Quench up. Let's actually play around Quench. Okay, no Quench. But now next turn I can play Dovin with no Quench trouble at all. Cynic Courier. Okay. So, I mean, we play this. The question is, what do we do with it? So if I minus, I go to 2, they go to, they hit me with this, they go to, it goes to 1. I already played my land, right? I guess I could Slime Bind if they actually end up doing something terrible, like if they have a pump spell or something. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Go ahead. Brawl. So I could just Slime Bind now and save the token. That just means that they're not going to attack, though. And so the token doesn't really do anything. Okay, I think I let this happen. Courier hits Dovin, presumably. Yep. Oh, they have a pump spell? Sick. So, ideally I could have saved the token, but I do think this is fine. Okay, so let's minus again. Play a land, say go. I obviously don't really want to bounce this. One more Azurius colored land and I could crack the locket. Yeah, that's actually kind of frustrating since the hexproof is kind of an issue. Okay, that is exactly the type of thing that I needed. The problem, of course, is I can't actually attack through. So I guess Dovin's just gonna have to, like, +1 for no particular value. Okay. And we say go. Okay, Skitter Eel is the type of thing I might be able to catch the adapt on, which would be pretty cool. What do we draw? Duelist. Okay. So I guess Dovin probably minuses here. And I say go. Oh wait, did I play a land? No. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I actually can cast everything. Yeah, I even have 3 blue. That is pretty good for me. I wonder why they didn't attack with this. I think they were supposed to. So let's just put this here. Are they going to pay the 2? Okay, so then we just Biomancy. Let's just flash this in for Dovin reasons. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and plus. And then we're going to attack with all 3 flyers. So Courier presumably blocks 1. They could, like, applied Biomancy, one of these. Okay. Just always yield these. So now we're up to 4. Not so bad. And then this lets me crack Locket at the end of the turn, should I need to. And I probably do. Because, I mean, unless they play like a haste creature here, which they could. They could play like a green riot creature or something. I probably would prefer to main phase this. Okay, Skitteriel comes back. Nothing else? Okay, let's go ahead and crack this. Okay. None of that's so hot. Let's go ahead and bounce this mainly to draw a card. Okay, so we can play the Guild Gate out, we can plus Dovin, and attack with our flyers. Do they have the applied biomancy now? They have Brawl. Okay. So Dovin only gets 1 extra counter. Go ahead. Okay. That's a pretty decent one. Brawl there. Oh, so Dovin's going to get hit for 2. Well, they have played 3 Titanic Brawls. Titanic. There's no third T. But it does mean that the Steeple Creeper is gone. So, I mean, they just did straight 2 for 1 themselves to get some counters off that. Which doesn't seem amazing. I think Dovin pluses again. Because we're just going to play Aeromonculus. Okay. So then the question is, can you do anything about the Aeromonculus? I mean, if they can bounce it or something, then it just ends up being a net nothing on Dovin's loyalty. Ooh, that's a good one. A good one indeed. Does this resolve? I'd like to know before I attack. Okay. So in that case, I think I just hold both of these back and plus Dovin. Dovin can then ult next turn, because he'll get 1 extra counter. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Ooh. Does this bounce? Oh no, just adapt. Okay. Okay, that is a bit of a problem, since now Skitteriel gets to attack in the air. So I have the option of chumping if I want to Dovin next turn. So this is looking at the top 10, pick 3. Yeah, I think that's probably worth an Aeromonculus, honestly. Okay, so now we will do this. What do I need? Lawmage's Binding, Griffin, and maybe Rubble Slinger? Okay. So we're going to Lawmage's Binding you. I might as well just do it. We're going to play Griffin, I guess. Yep, I'll keep that. And then we play, I guess, the Courier. And attack with what? My 2 flyers. Just chip him for 1 over here. Okay, go ahead. So next turn I can easily do the adapt on the Scuttlegator. I assume that they're probably going to be spending most of their turn adapting the Skatewing into a 4/5. And if they want to attack Dovin, that's fine. I don't think they will, though. I think that they will probably leave it on defense. Because a 4/5 in the air is able to keep back everything but this. Wow, they just scoop. Huh, okay. So what is good against them? Probably the other Slimebind. That was a pretty long game. I wonder if the games will always be that long. Because that means that maybe something like Night Arbiter would be good. Yeah. We could take, possibly Quenches could be good against them too. Is there anything that I want to take out though? I mean, we have some dorky creatures in here. We could also take out, I guess a dorky creature is really the right choice, right? So we just like take out Commando. Yeah, this looks good. Keep it. Another Dovin in my opening hand. So next turn we have either Growth Spiral or Fairy Duelist. Fairy Duelist might be better. The ramp to 3 doesn't really matter. So I guess, I mean, I don't have to make the decision right now. I can just pass. So if I were to play the Duelist, it means that I could play Dovin without having to, like, chump or anything. Because then I can just actually block. So that seems better. go ahead. So if I draw a land, I could growth spiral into Rubble Slinger. Otherwise, okay, this probably means that they have the put a counter on it trick. Yep, okay, that's fine though. Didn't draw a land. But that's okay. So I think we just do this. We play this. And we minus. Okay. Go ahead. Really? Do you have another one? Because, I mean, I guess I'm fine with that. No? Or maybe they want to fight now? Lizrog. Okay. They just wanted to get the attack in before they took the counter off, I guess, in case I didn't do anything with it. So now they have a 5/5 trample that I can bounce. Okay. So that's not the worst. So let's, I guess, just go ahead and plus Dovin, attack with my flyers. Unfortunately, I can't cast both of these, but I can use this, so I guess that's alright. Always yield. Okay, and say go. I wish I could get something out of the +1/+1 on this Biomancy. Ooh. Okay. This goes on top, this goes in hand. So I guess we go ahead and adapt now. We could just pitch Growth Spiral at this point, since I don't even have lands in my hand. Okay. They attack. Presumably with both, yeah. And then we Biomancy, we can just bounce you, please. Dovin takes 1. Okay, so now I redraw you. So Dovin plus attack with the Thopters. Dovin's at 7, and then we Biomancer Aeromonculus, probably. Okay. There wasn't anything that I actually ended up deciding to change permanently, right? I don't think so. That game I just pulled in an additional Slime Bind over the Coral Commando. Yeah, I think I like this main deck configuration. So Dovin definitely did some work. I think he's an interesting design. I think that the 2/3 mana Planeswalkers in this set might indicate that Wizards is interested in maybe designing some different types of Planeswalkers that are a bit less like auto-win bombs. and more like utility things, and it's kind of interesting. I think he is a much better execution than Kaya is, but it is also a little bit weird that you have to ult him to draw cards, but his ult is like unusually not ultish, right? Just because you can potentially gain so much loyalty off the plus. I mean, realistically, in this deck, I'm probably not ever going to have a ton. I guess it would be something like Benthic into like the Guild Mage, and then play Dovin, swing and put 3 loyalty on would be like the absolute best case. Yeah, this looks actually pretty good. Doesn't have any Dovins in them. I'll probably just draw the Dovin. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, can't swing through that nicely, so I just won't. Go ahead, I guess. I guess they could have quenched. Do I really gain anything by not just growth spiraling now? Probably not. Yes, please. So now I can play a 4-drop next turn. Which will probably just be Axebane, I guess. I guess it could be Skitter, since Skitter then becomes a mana sink and it does block what's on board right now. Shame I can't do anything with 2. But yeah, I think that we're probably just going to play the Axebane. If they were to play something that triggers this, I'd obviously have wanted the Axebane more, and I think I'm going to be spending my mana for the foreseeable future. So I'm not sure that getting the mana sink on board with Skitter Eel is necessarily the most important. Oh, interesting. I think this card looks cool. And in Limited, it's almost just, you know, draw every single time. It also makes my Admonition worse, which is kind of interesting. Okay, what do I do now? So I could theoretically swing with the Biomancer if I was okay with trading it for either of these creatures. Am I? And then I could play Aeromonculus after. I could also swing with Axebane with the intention of Admonitioning at instant speed. The problem, though, is that when they replay the creature, they get a card anyway. So it definitely becomes less good because of that. I think what we're going to do is just attack with Biomancer. Pitch the Forest. So we trade cleanly there. I get a loot out of it, and then I play the Aeromonculus. The turn seems okay. Ooh, having to ramp? I guess this is kind of a nice combo with this, because it just makes you be able to have a free activation of the first ability. So I guess they're not activating the Guild Mage. They would have already done it. they did. Oh, they want to leave the adapt up on this. Oh, that's an interesting point. Okay, that makes sense. So I can play a 2-drop and adapt, or I can not adapt at all. That probably makes sense. Next turn I could double adapt, should I need to. I guess I'm trying to decide what I think would have been like best there. They could have activated this first, because it only puts 1 counter on, and then they could remove the counter at the cost of only 2, but then they would have to turn... Oh. This does not adapt the Sauroform. Gosh, this card has drawn them how much now? Like 4 cards? And they actually have the mana to use the cards? So I was hoping that they would just be adapting the Sauroform so that I would have a good bounce target. As it is, doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. I wonder what they're having to decide about right now. They can't adapt the Sarf. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's good. I wish I could have done something about that, but I cannot. So I guess we're just going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I can't do everything if I adapt the Aeromonculus. But I think I kind of have to adapt the Aeromonculus, so then I can choose what I want to do. Yes, I did forget that he had reach, so now I'm priced into doing this for no particular reason. That sucks. At least I didn't lose the card or something, but now I have 1 fewer blocker, and that could end up being a big issue. So let's see what they do here. Just that? So if they put 6 into that, I can't get 6 at all. So I guess what we're going to do is just block here. They then do this, and then I admonition it. Then they get to replay it and draw a card. They've drawn too many cards. Oh, an Aeromonculus instead. Okay. So I can't quite do everything, which is a shame. But I think we definitely need to cast this. And just say go. I don't think I have any way to deal with the Guardian project, right? The only naturalize I can think of is the Exposed to Light, which I don't believe I have in my sideboard. There have to be others, though, right? Green should have one. No, I did not pick up an incidental one of those. I'd have to counter it. My gosh. They can just cast so much stuff because they all cantrip. I don't know how I win this game, honestly. It's probably not that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8, so I can't adapt this turn. I just have to say go. The problem is that they have so much flexibility in battle at this point that I don't even really know what to do. They have 3 different adaptabilities. They can move a counter. I do have 1 trick, but they have 4 cards in hand, which is a lot. I don't think I have anything that's just like high enough power level to turn this around, because most of my stuff that I have is like bounce to try to tempo, but the problem is it just works so badly when I essentially get put down 2 cards, and I'm doing that for tempo on the draw, on the defense. Okay, so I'm just going to have to hope that they don't have anything here. Oh, they can move a counter onto it, too. Okay, so it actually means that I won't get to trade. It's just going to be a block. So now they put a counter on it, right? Combine Guildmage, taps. Yep. Okay, so you do that. And now it's a 5/7 and we push. I guess now I will have the mana to adapt next turn. So I really just kind of stalled for a turn. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just have to say go. This Guildmage is doing work for them. I'm actually kind of impressed. Moving 1 counter is actually not as bad as it seemed. I think I only kind of thought that because I was thinking, like, in comparison to the other Guildmages. I think that the original Simic Guildmage could move any number of counters. And so 1 seemed kind of bad, but even just moving 1 around it, not a huge issue, right? So if I do this, I mean, if they just attack here, I don't think they will just attack there, though, right? They could then put the counter on it from adapt. They could then move a counter. Okay, so without any additional tricks in hand, just on board, they can make this a 4/5, which I can't do anything about. Double blocking doesn't do anything, so I just have to pass, or just say okay. Okay, more creatures. Draw more cards. Maybe they'll draw themselves out. Is this May? No. So yeah, maybe they'll draw themselves dead. I don't think so, though. That's actually a pretty good one. So, like, Dovin doesn't really do anything here. It's not a bomb. I guess Benthic could be okay. So yeah, now this is going to play a bit more like what I was thinking about, because I was also thinking about it as like stripping off adapt counters, but moving a counter in combat does make combat math a lot better, and you only have to move one for that. But now they probably will just like start spending to move things around. So like I would have to block with Scuttlegator here if I wanted to actually make something happen. If they have any trick, it's terrible for me. They do have to move a counter on it, so they do lose a counter, but I guess it's not a big deal because they'll just take it off the Skitter Eel and then adapt. But I think I do have to block. There'll be a 9/9. So if they were to have another trick, I could put something else in front of it too. Like if they just had like a stony... I guess I can put this in front of it, and that gets around like Gift of Strength for no downside. I think that's the biggest pump available, right? So yeah, them losing the counter just doesn't really matter because it's almost good for them. I mean, obviously they'd rather the counter was still floating around their board. Oh my gosh. I'm going to die. Skatewing doesn't really do anything, unfortunately. If this was still around, it actually would do something, but it doesn't. I guess it gives me a mana sink. Amusingly, I can't adapt it this turn. So what am I drawing toward? Benthic wouldn't be bad. I guess I have my own Rendhorn. I have my own Guild Mage, but at that point, I think they would have already gotten so much value out of it that I can't really do anything. Like, theirs is just going to be better because they're already so ahead. If I were to draw Law Mage's Binding, what would I do with that? I mean, even if I binding something big, they can just spend time moving counters off it, so you don't even... Like, if you were to bind the Sara form, eventually, given enough time, it's just going to be as if you, what do they do? And it requires that. As if you did Law Mage's Binding to a Grizzly Bear, which kind of sucks. It is, of course, given time. And they're just going to auto-crack this. Okay. Is it conceivably possible that they'll mill? No, they're going to get aggressive now. Okay. So ideally, we probably want to... So anything can get one bigger. So if I wanted to kill, for instance, this... Or this... Let's say this. This is a better creature for them. I'd have to put 6 in front of it, so it would be like these two, and they only get to kill one. It doesn't seem so bad. So we do something like this, and then I can't really do anything else. It would have to be put like all of these under, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could theoretically kill this, and they would get to kill 2 creatures? Yeah, they get to kill these 2. Otherwise, I'm taking as much as 12. I guess maybe I just have to do that, because I just can't take that much damage. So they'll kill the spy and the... yeah, and the duelist. And then over here, they'll kill the mammoth spider. More land is not what I need, for sure. Yeah, there's no way they're going to mill. But did they play a gate last turn and not attack with the sneak? They must be afraid of milling, right? Gosh, their ability to manufacture counters here is incredible. If they keep showing me cards, though, then it's not so bad for me. This and this have just been crazy. Okay, so at this point, anything can get one bigger. At this point, I think I'm just dead. So, that wasn't going to do it. I don't think there's really anything in my deck that was going to do it. So I think if I want to fight against that type stuff, I'm going to have to play more counters. Like, I don't think there's another way to do it. So I could play like one quench, one thought collapse or something. And then we take out what's bad against them. I guess we could take out the locket, but that drops me down. Maybe we just play one counter, and we play the hard counter. And we take out... Commando's not amazing. Something like that. I kind of want to play two, though. The quench would be good, but I'd have to be taking out something also pretty good. I mean, bounce was bad against them this time, but I don't think that's going to be true in general. They do also just have a lot of big creatures. Maybe Slimebind is worthwhile. And we take out, like, Admonition. That could make sense. Well, bounce is good against just their normal adapt stuff. And it can draw a card. Gosh, I just kind of like all my cards, right? Maybe we take out something like Torrent? Although Torrent... I think we just run it like this. I'm pretty sure this isn't optimal, but can't keep that. Sure. I mean, it's not exciting, but I guess it's fine. A growth spiral or something would have been nice here. So I get 3-drop, 4-drop, but they're both kind of mediocre creatures. Are you going to hold a counter? No. Okay. Wayfinder. What you got? Guildgate. Okay. So they are going to be a bit slower. Oh, now I have all the way up to 5-drop, huh? That's not so bad. This creature matches up fine against their current board. They didn't play the Guildgate. Okay. Okay, I think here we're going to play Skitteriel, because if I don't draw a land, well, I probably even still want to play the Axebane next turn, not adapt the Skitteriel. Four mana for Enraged Ceratok. Okay. I guess this makes it okay, because this can actually attack through that. Or I could just play Binthid. Well, I can also hold Slimebind, so yeah, I think we just will go ahead and attack. If they don't block, I can play Binthid then. I bet they won't. Okay. So we definitely adapt. So right now, this is just a straight 2-for-1. If I want, I could put the Slimebind in there so that I don't lose the Skitteriel, and I just keep the 5-5. I think I would rather have the 5-5 than the Slimebind. So this is still a 2-for-1, just a different 2-for-1. With a counter. Okay. So we will just go ahead and attack here for sure. No trade, huh? Then we play this, and this gives us the ability to get this guy tapped down if we want. Probably they are regretting that they didn't trade there, because now they don't have a good attack. So I don't think they will attack. Okay, Axebane is fine-ish. So they did get to play out a lot. What do I draw? Something good? Aeromonculus is okay. So attacking a 5-5 into this is not great because it just kills Axebane. I think I want to play my flyer and say go. Okay, no attacks, doesn't surprise me. Ooh, that's good. So we'll play that. Because now we have flying on 2 things. Hit for 7. I wouldn't be surprised if they have bounce or fight. Although fight isn't incredible. I guess they fight like here. They clearly have something that they're thinking about. What would be the worst thing for me? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana at instant speed. Probably just bounce, right? Just bounce the Scuderial, because then I can't replay it this turn. That just happens? Okay. Well, I mean, they're in some trouble now, right? Post-combat crack the locket? No, adapt the hybrid. Okay. They could, I guess, use swirling whatever to kill both illusions at the same time. What do they have now? Oh, you know what? They could have a way to kill Skatewing and, like, drop these things out of the sky. I actually didn't consider that. Although, if they were doing that, they probably would have done it last turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes this 4, 5, 6. So yeah, if I just adapt and swing, they have to deal with... I mean, if they can kill something, they probably just end up killing Skatewing, right? And then that's a problem for me. But any two of these creatures is lethal. But this one is extra vulnerable. I liked doing this pre-combat, obviously, because I want to get the counters on there before they... Like, when I put the counters on there, if they want to do instant speed tricks that require it to not be a 4-5, I guess it doesn't really matter because this fight is fine. Well, I mean, this fight is probably what they would do. But it's nice to know if they had instant speed tricks before I commit to the attack. But, like, the worst thing they could probably do right now is, like, Titanic, Brawl, this eats the Skitter Eel, they take 2. Oh, shit. Wait, why'd they do that? Oh, it gives it reach. Oh, shit. They're gonna literally kill everything. Well, dang it. I thought this was going really well, but it is now not going very well. Oh my gosh. I didn't include I forgot Get to Strength gave reach. Of course, they could have just done it over here and it would have been fine. I didn't include this in my list of worst things they could do. Just their opening play. What are we even doing? I guess we're taking this? What am I doing next turn? I think we just take this. The 6/6 alone is going to be a problem. I need some bounce. Swirling whatever would be pretty good. They have their own Aeromonculus. Okay. And I don't even have Thought Collapse up. Okay. Well, now I think I'm just definitely losing. That was a terrible turn. They spent 2 cards for 3 and killed literally all of my threats during my lethal swing. Okay. Duelist, huh? I mean, I don't have attacks. Because they have a 6/6. So I guess I just have to say go, but, I mean, this is not good at all. If I could cast this and still have double blue for Thought Collapse, I would do that, but... I really wish that I was able to get one additional power in the air somehow, but I can't. I guess I'm going to take one more of these. Gosh, holding this Thought Collapse has now killed me, probably. Okay, 2 lands in a row. Not really what I wanted, because I needed to deal with this flyer, and I can't. Something good? Okay, so now I'm kind of into chump territory. Hit the Guild Mage, the Sneak, and the Boar. Okay. I can't keep drawing lands right now. Do I have any flyers left in the deck? I don't think so. Well, that's gonna kill me. This is trample, right? Now they can just kill me. Shit. Okay. I had high hopes for that game, but man, that turn literally was the worst turn possible. I can't think of a way it could have gone worse. I didn't have the counter in my hand at that time, right? Because then I guess I could have given some thought to maybe hanging back. So I don't think not attacking was right. They had been kind of stuck doing nothing for a little bit. They had 3 cards in hand, which is kind of on the edge, and I had a lethal swing. They had to interact with it then or die. This hand is fine. It would have been nice, I guess, if it had an interactive card in my hand so that I could have messed that stuff up. But I don't think I had the counter at that point. But like an applied biomancy or something like that would have totally changed the math there. The slime bind, something like that. So my plan here is probably to duelist on the Footlight and eat the Footlight. They have Scorch Mark, I guess, would stop this. Probably, there has to be another red burn spell, right? Demise in black is 3. Is there no other red burn spell that isn't like Skewer the Critics, which would require the Spectacle already? I don't even remember if that's an instant or not. Skewer the Critics an instant? Easy way to find out. Skewer the Critics. Is a sorcery, so that doesn't even count. I guess we're just gonna play Courier here, right? I mean, we could also play Guild Mage. Let's say that we play Guild Mage, then the turn after we have 4 mana. But I can't do anything with that. I'd have to wait, which I don't think I want to do. And then on turn 5, I'd rather just play this. So yeah, I don't have like a thing coming up to be able to handle that well. So I think we'll just play the 1/4 and swing. Also, my opponent missed their land drop. Is that true? I think so. Looks like it. Bloodmist Infiltrator. Okay. So here we're just going to play Axebane, I guess. Which stops this unless they sack. I could hold back, because this is going to be like at most 3 if they draw another land. So yeah, I think I'm not going to attack with Courier, because this also means that they presumably won't be able to attack with Trumpeter. Another Trumpeter. Just mono Trumpeters, huh? Okay, no attacks at all. I think I make the same play, and now I play the Guild Mage. Shame that it's not really doing anything, but it is just a 2/2 right now. Could be worse. Be nice if I had the white mana, because then I could use this too. And I don't want to throw this in the way, because this could be as much as 3, yeah. So I need to have 4 power to threaten the Trumpeters. Carnage. Okay, what are we discarding? Probably Binding, because I can't cast it, and then one of the 5 drops, of which I'd say Mammoth Spider is the worst one. This gives me a hedge. Obviously this is a crappy creature, but I don't want to be in the situation that I can't cast anything. Okay. So I think I just have to make the same play. I could actually hold off at this point. No, I want to cast this next turn. I was going to say, because now I could this and this. But yeah, I just want to use my 5 mana for the Rinthorn. The Rinthorn actually doesn't really attack that well into them, unfortunately. Carnage again. Okay, well, no Rinthorn for me. This is a good card. They're going to sack. I think that makes sense, because they are like in position to be able to actually kill me by just sacking these because of their burn. So I mean, I do have to do something about that, or die. That works. So maybe I can get them to sack to it. That would be great. So what we're going to do now is attack with Commando and Duelist. They obviously don't have good blocks on the Commando. Okay. They're probably going to sack to the Blood Mist. And then we slime bind the Blood Mist. Whoa. Are they sacking? I'm really surprised they did that. I guess they can pump this once. So we go ahead and do this. This can be a 3/3. So we block here, here. They have something else, clearly. Scorch Mark, maybe, would fit in the 2. Oh! Okay. I mean, that works. So this costs them nothing, so they do get a 2-for-1 on me there. But my board is pretty good compared to theirs. That's excellent. So now I think we just do this. Actually, Guildmage first ability into Binthid is kind of interesting, because then you would get counters on the on these, and they're not defenders or anything. So I'm not even really sure what you can do here. With one mountain? Yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do. Okay, so I'm against a more aggressive deck now. So is it possible that I want to change how I am constructed? Something like Wall of Lost Thoughts might be okay. Quench and Slimebind both potentially get better, and then I can maybe take out something like Swirling Torrent. Doesn't seem amazing. Night Arbiter might actually be good against them. I don't think I saw any flyers, so I could take out like Mammoth and bring in Night Arbiter instead. That seems okay. Just big toughness, and then being able to attack through a wide ground on their side. I do think Slimebinder Quench is possibly good here. Probably not Quench, though. I think I just want to be tapping out most of the time. But another Slimebind in for what? I mean, Growth Spiral, I guess, is a little bit disposable. I don't want to cut creatures. Yeah, I think this is probably the right configuration. This hand is... yeah, this hand's fine. I don't think it's, like, incredible, but... this will probably be good against them, and then I can choose what I want to do between these, depending on what they do right now. If this is like Trumpeter, then I'll just go with the Duelist. Ooh, it's that, actually. So this probably means I'm going to play the Wall. And then next turn I can play 2 creatures. That's pretty good. This can hit only me. Or Dovin. Bladebrand and Spear Spewer, huh? Interesting. Huh. So I would have Duelist up next turn. I think I just block, though. I think I just make them use their trick, whatever it is. I don't know that I would get enough benefit by being able to Duelist this. They have burn afterwards, because if they burn the wall, that's fine, right? Interesting. Okay. So now we're just going to play Biomancer and say go, and we have Duelist should we need it. Okay, 2 Trumpeters, and then probably full attack? No attack? That has to have been an error, right? Well, I guess let's adapt this then. Do we just play Griffin? Probably. I could see an argument for binding, but I think the scry here is nice. I don't need that anymore, so that was definitely the right choice. No reason to attack. Go ahead. This might end up getting bindings, but the static ability is a little bit scary. I don't know how much burn they have, but Death Touch burn is kind of scary. Against my current board, I guess, any burn that they have probably is lethal anyway. I guess actually Carnival. Carnival is a 1 mana ping, and I know that they have 2 of them in the deck, although they'd probably rather cast the Carnage side. Well, I think I would like to kill this. Carnival's sorcery, right? Well, this is probably going to be something I don't like. Oh, is it just pump one of those? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now I can cast everything in my hand. We attack. Do I want to binding something? Anything I binding is just going to get thrown at me. So maybe I actually binding this. This is a big mana investment too. They can't afford to do it every turn. And if I binding just one of them, they can just do the other one, because they're probably not going to do both in one turn anyway. So let's just do this. This means that now he probably just ends up throwing it at me, instead of throwing like real creatures at it. Okay, I assume that they probably pump. Then I flash Duelist and do that. and make you waste the mana. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. Unfortunately, how does this work? At the beginning of your upkeep, so yeah, they can't use this for that. So that's something. Power 3 or... I might have to save the admonition, because if they like sack this, that uses 3, and then they have a land, then they're hitting me for 6, 7, which is a lot. I think I have to just pass here, which sucks because they can start sacking to Fireblade, I guess. Luckily, though, they can't combine the two things. Because now what happens is if they do sack the Smelt Ward, then they probably steal the Griffin. I then bounce the Griffin, replay it on my turn, get a new Scry, and they're down a card because they sacked the Ignis. They did not want to do that. Okay. So I do have the option of killing one of these. And maybe I have to, because otherwise, like, one more land and they can start double pumping. Okay, so I probably have to block. They'll kill the Senate Griffin, but they have to pay for the privilege. They have something else too. The Death Touch thing. Okay. Five two. Okay. Dovin. Okay. So, I mean, we're going to cast Dovin. And minus. Am I interested in bouncing now? This has to do damage to... Spectacle says, I assume to me, right? Dovin doesn't count, probably? I think I just do this now so I can draw the card. Okay, Night Arbiter is actually pretty good. So they can kill Dovin by, well, by doing almost anything, honestly. This can hit Dovin too. They could just sack itself. Actually, that's what they should do. They should sack itself and then kill Dovin. But then that's good because it lowers their reach because the Fireblade's off the table. Apparently it's a difficult decision. I guess it is a big decision whether you actually do want to keep the potential reach from Fireblade. Okay, so they're going to kill Dovin. Okay. I think that makes sense. Okay. I can't kill this, so I just have to say take this, I guess. This lets them replay the cheap 5-2. What they have. Oh, this is just pump. Okay. Okay. And applied biomancy is not bad, and it actually fits perfectly in my curve. That's the type of thing I need to stay in this. Okay. So I'm going to assume that Ignis is going to get sacked next turn. So I need to be able to survive that. But other than that, stuff could be worse. I wish I could, like, knock something out of Ignis range right now, but I can't. So assuming that they have no tricks, what do I think the best thing for them to do is? So they can pump once and sack Ignis, that's fine. So they probably sack Ignis, take Night Arrestor, full attack. Then they pump this. When they do that, I will bounce this and +1 this so that it kills the acrobat. I end up then taking 2. I get my Night Arrestor back. Oh, they do. Shit. Oh, this is okay. It's not as good as it was supposed to be. So what we have to do now is we have to do this instant. So we're going to bounce, I guess. I guess I have the ability to keep them from sacking Ignis this turn now. That's probably better. So you get 1/1, you get bounced. That was a good last card, though, since it actually did force my hand right now. And now we're both top decking. So what's the best thing they can do now? If they want to pump, they can't replay Ignis. Okay, they want to play Ignis. So I assume this means they're not going to attack at all this turn. Okay. I draw something good? No. I did not draw something good. Now I think I might just be dead. They sack Ignis, steal Night Arbiter, attack, and pump. So that's 3. This gets blocked for sure. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to double jump. They did not sack Ignis. Why do they not sack Ignis all the time? Okay. So what would I like to do ideally? This is going to be 3. So what I'd like to do is like throw these here and like put this here. Then I take 5. Oh no, they can double pump this now. Shit. So I can't do it that way. Oh, now that I don't have any good blocks. Because this can't just get chumped. So that actually means that I have to end up doing something like this. Which is so much worse. Oh, this is not good. Now they double pump that, kill the Knight Arbiter. I had to chump with the Thopter. Yeah, I killed the Trumpeter, but... And wasting their turn at this point just doesn't even matter. They might even just have a land in their hand. Okay, I can't imagine that I come back from this one. Skitter Eel is not going to do it. Okay. Anything else I want to change? Another Slimebind wouldn't be bad, actually. And then we can take, or put that in and take out... Slinger, maybe? Okay, so this is going to be gain 3 to get packs back. You know, I think I might actually change more if I have time. Let's see. I could take out Dovin, actually, and then put in like a Quench and a 1/3 and the other Quench. Take out the Knight Arbiter. Take out the Locket. Dovin just doesn't seem good against them. And then the question is, do I even want to splash for the binding? I could bring in instead something like Mammoth Spider. Dovin just doesn't seem good against them. Okay, this actually looks pretty good. So we keep this. We'll have Quench on turn 2, and they're mulling? No, they did not mull. Okay. And then hopefully get a 3rd land to play Aeromonculus. Land, okay. So, Quench. So this is Trumpeter. Yeah. Trumpeters have actually been really good for them. Okay. Spewer, huh? So let's just attack and play Griffin. Duelist? don't think I want Duelist. It doesn't really fit on my curve very well. The ability is okay against them, but I'd really like to find a land for Mesmerizing. Okay, so they kill the Aeromonculus. But I get to attack. They missed a land drop too. Oh, they missed several land drops. Okay. This feels pretty decent. Spewer is not that scary when I'm ahead on board, although it does mean that they get constant spectacle. But let's say they play like the 5-2. I'll just bounce the 5-2. Swing for 7. So now they're dead to 2 hits in the air. Oh. I guess this doesn't really change the math too much. But they're gonna have to stop using it. Okay, so now we could just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could haste. Yeah, I mean, not being able to slime by means I lose the Benthed. But I think that's fine. So they block here and die. So yeah, it's more than fine. Okay, well that was a fast game. That was probably about as good as this deck could do. I'm glad that I put that Quench in there. It actually made a big difference. I think that last minute decision was correct. I think the white was just too slow against them. So yeah, that wasn't so bad. Back to a 2-1. Not exactly a trophy, but you can't win them all. So yeah, I will be doing more of these for sure. Thanks for watching.